Hello.
Hi.
My device keeps. I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis. I like to get names. I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis. Your Wallace 7884. Okay, so I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis, and I've fled to Austin.
From where?
From Dallas.
Okay.
Okay, so I get stopped, and the stalking's already here, and there's
How long have you been here?
just a couple of days.
Okay.
I don't think it's even been a week. Okay, so the stalking's already here, and there's blatant lies by a lot of parties. Like a hotel worker lied on me and said that I was smoking weed. I don't smoke weed, and charged me fees. I'm sorry, charged me fees for the hotel that shouldn't. So that defrauds me out of funds when hotel staff would lie on me to, defraud me out of funds. So anyway, the reason that I think endangers my safety is I do videos. Okay, and my device keeps shutting off. I have these are two brand new phones. Okay, let's see.
There's a one right up here in here.
Oh, okay, thank you. I have these two brand new phones. This one is useless. It won't do uploads, period, and the new one keeps shutting off. So I deleted like 300 items, and they came back.
What do you mean by items?
100 items off my phone. So
What do you mean by
videos, yes, and they came back. So I have a YouTube channel. I want you to see all the evidence that my phone's hacked.
Alright, who do you think is doing this?
I want to give you the YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's Kiana.
1 second.
Okay. Is your body cam on?
It is on.
Okay.
What is it?
Key. Correct. That is correct. Okay. So that's my. So I have these strange experiences. So when I'm in foreign areas, people try to get me off course. I don't know. I think that they're stalkers. So when I asked this gentleman, I asked him if he knew where this organization was on 7th Street. He told me he did. So then I tried to get information from him, and he walked off. And I said, "Why would you tell me you knew where it is?" And walk off. So then he came back over there. So then he came back over there by me, and he said, "You got to leave 7th Street." I said, "It's on 7th Street. We've already discussed this." Then he started cursing me out, and my device was cut off the cover for it. Then another man told me I have to walk.
So you're saying he cut off your device?
Yeah, my phone. I know my phone's hacked. The evidence is on the channel. My phone has covered for a lot of crimes. It cut off in emergencies. I was calling 911, and whoever I was talking to would hang up in emergencies, and that's a misdemeanor charge. Intercepting 911 calls, that puts my safety at risk.
Do you know the name of this guy?
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think it's this guy named Jason Gardner. I gave her all the information. She said she was
Yeah, I saw that in the call. That was the guy told you.
No, he just sets up people to do that. Things like
so
that.
The guy on 7th Street was sent by him.
Well, why do you think somebody would behave odd like that?
I have no idea. I don't know why.
Repeatedly over and over. That's the pattern for me. And then another guy told me that I'm trying to get to the homeless shelter arch or whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know where that's at?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's off of 7th Street and Natchez.
I don't know where that is.
I mean, it's west.
Are you able to take me there?
I am.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I want to kind of get through your story.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm fleeing the domestic violence crisis, and I haven't been able to get any domestic violence shelters, period. They all conspired with it and deprived me of and sabotaged assistance.
What other ones have you tried?
I'm new here. I don't know.
To Austin. Do you try some in Dallas, though, I'm guessing?
Yeah, all of them I can't get in Dallas.
They said why?
They're crooked. In Texarkana, I was gone reporting my abuser and came back, and I wasn't even there, and they put my items outside in the box. Texarkana Domestic Violence Prevention. I was in Tyler begging for women to help me because I was terrified. They left the front desk when I was talking. And then in New Beginnings in Garland, I was assaulted and arrested in front of staff, and they looked at it and did nothing. In Plano, the police were called when I tried to get help. In Grand Prairie, they took me to jail, detained me, and took me to Parkland for trying to get in a domestic violence organization. And trying to report my daughter's abuse, South Central Patrol in Dallas. South Central Patrol in Dallas, this is how they help each other and tamper with evidence. So South Central Patrol in Dallas detained me for trying to report my daughter's abuse.
Who are you saying is, sorry, the abuser.
I'm sorry?
The abuser, the domestic violence situation.
I thought I gave it to her already.
Same
Yes,
person?
yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
They need to talk private. What's your name, sir?
His name is Lockhart.
Lockhart, in your position?
Patrol officer.
Patrol officer, and your badge number?
8066.
Okay. This isn't suspicious at all that these police repeatedly have to come, interrupt other police doing reports, and they have to talk privately.
Trying to catch him up on everything.
I don't understand why you need to catch up. This is a pattern. I want to communicate with you.
Well, because he needs to know.
I don't want to communicate with him. I've already started a report with you. That's violating my rights to have me.
That's why I was catching him up.
I'm also a mental health officer, okay? So what's going on today?
Are you trying to frame me? Well, then why would, if I'm reporting my abuser, why do I have to keep on seeing mental health people? Are you covering for my abuser? In tampering with evidence of felony? Are you trying to set me up?
He doesn't know you're an abuser.
Well, then why are you telling me mental health? Where's the person for domestic
Part of
violence?
his qualifications.
Well, then I don't need to speak with him. Are you detectives?
You feel like hurting yourself?
I
or
think
hurting anybody
you're
else?
covering for my abuser.
Do you feel like hurting yourself or hurting anybody
No,
else?
I think that you need to concentrate on the person that's been trying to hurt me and not cover for him. I think that we need to concentrate on police that abuse their badges and guns to cover for someone that's not mentally stable. I think they need to get help. So I don't know why you would deflect. I'm not quite sure on why you would deflect and keep me from being safe by trying to frame me with mental illness. What is the consequences for you abusing your badges and guns and protecting someone that keeps me in jeopardy?
I'm not trying to abuse anyone.
Well,
We're trying
that
to
mental
help
health provider is not a domestic violence party.
you. Would you like any assistance?
I want like a sense of assistance on police that abuse their power to enforce abuse on me.
He's also just
I thought that was criminal.
a patrol officer.
Well, he's deflecting and covering for my abuser, and tampering with evidence is a felony charge.
Tampered with any evidence.
Well, if he's trying to frame me with mental illness, that is tampering with evidence. He's covering for my abuser. That's what we're speaking about, and your guys are trying to deflect on that and frame me for mental illness to cover for him. Okay, well, back to my abuser that all police departments cover for. Okay, so why are you guys denying law enforcement for him for so long? Denying law enforcement and only trying to set me up and frame me for him?
Not denying law enforcement.
Okay, well, I'm reporting my abuser,
Okay.
and I gave you the YouTube channel.
You did. The YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'll be entered. Okay. So, when did this abuse happen?
It's been happening a long time. It's been a lot of different things that you can see on like the hotel line on me and different things like that.
What city were you in when this happened? When
The
it first
hotel
started?
line on me, that was in Austin, and you can
When it
see
first
that.
happened, you said domestic violence, right?
It's happened all over us. I gave you all the different scenarios, and he tried to set me up and
Where was the
deflect.
first time? What city were you in when the first time?
The Itasca, when they lied on me, I was trying to report them, and they set me up. Itasca police. They lied.
What city is that?
That's near Waco, in Hillsborough, Texas. So I tried to show them where he was communicating with me on fake pages and how he was surveillancing me.
Did you date this guy or something?
We're deflecting. You asked the question, I'm trying to answer it, and then we're moving across the board to cover for crimes. So in Itasca, I ended the online relationship.
I don't think it's good. Go ahead.
Okay, so in Itasca, I tried to show police where he was surveillancing me at home where it looked like it was voyeurism crimes. And he said his body cam was going off and he had to leave to cover for it. But I did not know someone could control police departments at the time. So I thought that they were just petty. Okay, so I thought that they assumed that this experience was just petty. So later on, when I ended the online relationship with him, because I could tell he was abusive and he loved buying games. And I didn't have time for that. I told him that. So now he spends a lot of time wasting my time. But back to, so when I ended the online relationship, Itasca police lied on me and said I assaulted them and evaded arrest.
How'd you meet this guy?
I don't really know, but there's a track record of evidence, and all police want to do is focus on framing me and protecting him, keeping my life in jeopardy. So I thought police that save women and help them with domestic abuse and not conspire with it. But I can't find any police like that. They all want to frame me with mental illness, cover up their badges, and use intimidation.
Ma'am, how can I help you today?
I guess by giving law enforcement when women are reporting abuse that aren't me, what kind of treatment do they get?
I mean, if there is a crime committed, we investigate.
Okay. Well, what if police are committing the crimes?
Well, then I have a police committing crimes here. Report to me.
Well, I think that he's tampering with it.
I have no control over like other cities.
I'm speaking of right here. If I'm reporting abuse and he's asking me if I have mental health needs,
It's not a crime. He's just asking questions.
I think it's a form of intimidation and abuse. I don't take that lightly on my life because I've been framed and set up by police multiple different times. I like to focus on my abuser, get protected from him, and not being violated by police that repeatedly cover for him. Sure. I don't have that option to get protection from the police department. I don't have that right for the police department from my abuser.
You called us.
Right, but do the police help women flee abuse?
Yes.
Do you do law enforcement?
Yes.
Do I have that right to get it?
Yes.
Without being framed?
Any crimes you allege, and we'll do our best to help.
Okay, because I've been robbed of that right, as you can hear with all these arrests for reporting crimes. And then threatened mental illness set up for reporting crimes. So I want to concentrate on the device being hacked because that puts my safety at risk. These scammers have defrauded me out of funds, and I have
on those phones.
Both phones. Yeah, all of my devices for years.
What's a good phone number for you?
All my devices for years. All my devices, like about 40 for years. Brand new phones were cut off. I have videos where the provider was scamming that they couldn't get my phone back on.
For how long?
For how long?
Yeah.
That I knew that something was wrong, like 7 or 8 years. That I knew that someone was controlling my devices. Do you know why so many times police would take my freedom for trying to report crimes, like 26 times?
I'd have to ask those individuals. Look at it on a case-by-case basis. What happened.
So as a police officer and I'm reporting a crime and police are take 26 times my freedom was taken, why have I been robbed of the right to report criminal activity? I don't want to talk to you. I've already established that. I don't want you've tried to set me up for mental illness.
Speak for what other
So what I want to do is I want to have the ability to report 26 times police abused their power and took my freedom. Sometimes people need protection against corrupt police. I've been robbed of that ability to get any consequences for police that threaten my safety.
Do you have the number for the complaint?
Do you have online access to on your phone?
No, it's manipulated. I like to do things in person. That's what I'm reporting to him right now to get an investigation. I want you guys all to have the YouTube channel since you're trying to set me up. Okay, well, get the YouTube channel.
I got it written down.
Okay. Well, where's the domestic violence places to go? Witness protection and all that. Since you're educated on 26 times my freedom was taken.
We don't do witness protection.
focus on
That you're trying to help,
Yes.
but you're not helping. If you had heard,
You're all over the place, and we're trying to get focused.
are you
to figure
slandering
out-
me to conceal the fact that you're not doing your due diligence to protect me and blaming me for it? If you're blaming me for it, if you're wanting to help me, the only thing that you're willing to provide is mental health treatment. I need witness protection.
We are trying to help you. Sometimes we have to ask questions in order to
Okay,
narrow
well,
down
can
our
we cut to the
focus.
chase? Because for 7 years I've been robbed of it.
Every time one of us speaks, you
So you're gaslighting me to validate the reasoning, your misconduct,
I
and
just
blaming me
want to
for
let you know
it?
Every time you speak, you just talk over
I'm
us
asking a
and
question
go
about
off on
witness protection, and you're interrupting me.
Different question.
It's your misconduct. You're mistaken because I'm asking about witness protection,
We don't offer
and then you're trying to deflect and blame me for you interrupting me, trying to get safe, as you've done years.
I'm trying to answer what you're saying, respond. Saying,
Right,
just
but
keep
you can't
talking.
answer it if you won't let me ask the question, and then you blame me for interrupting you when I'm talking.
Keep talking every time we speak.
We do not offer witness protection.
So how do I get it? You want to help?
It's not something that's in our purview.
Well, where do we get it? The only thing you want to discuss is mental health treatment to help? That's the only thing that you're willing to do to help is give me mental health treatment.
So you're saying all the devices have been hacked for about 7 or 8 years now?
Right. And on the YouTube channel, I don't want you giving me the report because that's how police tamper with evidence.
You know what?
I want him to give me the report. Police tamper with evidence and try to have people that don't have the full story come in and do reports. But you're welcome to have a YouTube channel.
This is the number for the OPO, the Office of Police Oversight. If you're concerned about police abusing their powers or anything like that.
You took all my information and are refusing to report in that tampering with evidence?
No, I'm going to write it down, but you're asking about what do you do about police abusing their power, right?
So
if you believe that's happened, you can call them.
So you don't want me to call the FBI or the Department of Justice and you can't report?
Can call them as well.
Okay, let me make it sure.
I don't have their numbers.
So let me make sure I have clarity. So if police are actively committing a crime that endangers someone's life, you're denied law enforcement until you can contact the police oversight and get an investigation. So if a police is actively murdering someone, which may happen because they have gotten away with all other kind of crimes. So if someone's witnessing a police officer abusing their badges and guns, actively murdering someone, they have to wait to talk to the police oversight after the person's dead. Then go through an investigation with the police oversight.
I would say call 911 if that's happening.
Well, I've been trying to call 911 on police and nothing's been done.
Right. I'm saying in an emergency situation, call 911. Otherwise,
okay. So if a police is actively committing a crime, you call 911. What are they supposed to do?
Tell them what you told me, that they're actively committing a crime.
Okay, but police don't get investigated when they're police?
I'm giving you the number.
I'm not being heard.
I know.
If a person is actively murdering someone, a police abusing his badge and guns and kill someone, because that could be next, because you guys have gotten away with a lot of different things. If someone witnesses you actively, I'm just trying to get clarity. If someone witnesses you actively murdering me, okay, can they call someone to interrupt the police from a live murder? Committing a live murder.
If someone is killed, there's a homicide investigation.
If a police officer is murdering someone,
It gets investigated.
okay, how do you report a police committing a crime?
You can either call 911, or if you don't believe that's getting the answer you need to call that number he gave you.
But here's the problem. If there's an active crime that endangers someone's safety, there needs to be a remedy for active crime that can endanger someone's life that police are committing.
Call 911.
Okay, so I didn't get the report number?
We're here. You want the report number as well? I can give that to you.
Call 911. Here we are.
But, I mean, you're still tampering with evidence and trying to give me mental health treatment for covering for my abuser.
And you're trying to help you.
The only thing you're trying to help me with is mental health treatment. You haven't given me any referrals for domestic violence.
We haven't even gotten that far.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes.
All you talked about is...
Do I have to get gaslit and blamed? Do you treat all women that are fleeing abuse or only the women that you're conspiring in their abuse?
You're saying the domestic violence occurred when?
Now.
Like when?
This is the report.
Like it's occurring right this minute?
Yes. So
24-248-0933.
So this will be investigated?
This man that you're saying...
This will be investigated?
Call me right now. Go to the detectives who investigate.
What's your question?
This man that you're saying is committing domestic violence against you, you're saying it's occurring right this minute?
Right. He just hacked my device and cut him off. I can't use my device. I'm monetized on YouTube.
You said you met him online, correct? And then you cut off connection online?
And then I got set up by Tesca Police.
You never met him in person?
I have met him in person a couple times.
When was the last time you met him in person?
Oh, it's been when all this went out, of course, I went in October of 2018 to see if he was behind all the madness I was experiencing. They gave me a criminal trespass from his business. I told police I suspected he was behind a lot of false arrests. They wouldn't let me talk about it.
So the last time you met him in person was in 2018?
Right.
Okay. And have you made a report against him prior to this?
I made like 40 ignored reports, but what I'm concentrating on now is that there were false statements made at the first hotel I stayed. And my devices getting hacked, and I repeatedly defrauded out of funds. if I'm fleeing a domestic violence, serious domestic violence crisis that involves threats, hit and runs, and all the things I experience, and can't use my devices, that endangers my safety. And then for whatever reason, Sonesta hotel staff lied on me and tried to get me out the hotel at 1 a.m. I paid for, endangers my safety as well. Then lied and said I smoke weed. You can go through my things and do a search now. I don't have weed or lighters. You can do a drug test. I don't have weed. I don't smoke weed.
What do you experience on the hacking?
Well, we're covering for Sonesta employees defrauding me out of funds. That's another thing that my abuser sets up.
Who defrauded you out of funds?
Sonesta Hotel.
Sonesta Hotel. So they took money out of your account?
I just went over what happened.
Okay.
Would you like me to repeat it? So Sonesta Hotel, my abuser, I don't know what he's petty. He don't like me watching TV in a lot of different environments and can do that. So they refused to give me a remote and then blame me for it. They played games ever since 2 p.m. all the way to 11 or 12 o'clock at night with the remote, and then blame me for it and threatened to put me out the hotel for wanting a remote that worked. They never would give me the remote.
Okay. And when was this?
I'm not quite sure the date. Let me get the date.
What year?
It was this year.
This year?
A couple days ago.
Okay.
My first hotel stay here. Well, in Dallas, multiple different hotels, dozens scammed, so I couldn't stay at them and gave me criminal trespasses. So if I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis and can't flee at hotels or shelters, that jeopardizes my safety.
Okay. So what is it that you're wanting the hotels to do?
There's a police car right there, police car right there, and a police car right there. Are you denying me law enforcement?
It's not likely. You just counted out. There's 3 officers here when you asked for police.
Okay. So if a hotel is lying on me, slandering me, saying I smoke weed to defraud me out of funds, and I don't, you can do a drug test. I don't have weed. I don't smoke weed.
How did they defraud you out of funds?
Because they charged me saying $50 or more than $50, saying that I smoke weed in the hotel room.
That sounds
Well,
like it's going to be a civil
that's going to be a civil matter because when you sign to rent a hotel room, they have all
Police
kinds of
have lied.
rules.
Okay, so here's the problem. There's a conflict of interest because you guys are coming out to cover for crimes and keep me from reporting extreme amount of abuse.
Well, I was trying to explain why it's a civil issue, but you once again.
That endangers my safety when hotels scheme so I can't be in them. And you're blaming me for it.
No one blamed you.
And that is
I was
defrauding me out of
trying to
funds if they're
explain.
charging me fees for things that like when they damaged my car, he said it was a civil issue. I got it detailed and they slid my seats in malice and gave me a faulty detail. He said that's a civil issue. CPS and multiple different parties making false statements to keep me away from my kids is a civil issue. Hit and runs is a civil issue. So it's like you guys are scheming to deprive me of law enforcement and haven't had accountability for it.
Ma'am, we're trying to figure out how to help you, and I'm not sure at this point how.
You've heard all of this, and am I being blamed for my experiences?
Nobody here blamed you for anything.
Okay, so what are the resolutions?
You're talking about the hotel. I'm telling you, based on what you're telling me, that it's possibly a civil matter between you and the hotel. That's not necessarily
So hotels can defraud people out of funds and not get consequences for it?
That's why it's a civil matter.
That's fraud. It's not a civil matter. That's a crime.
No, according to Texas Penal Code, it is not a crime for them to charge you if they think that.
That's not what happened. They deliberately lied on me to defraud me out of funds. It's a play of words to keep them from having accountability for criminal activity.
That is not something that we can assist you with.
So if hotels lie on me and scheme to defraud me out of funds, police departments don't investigate why armies full of locations do that.
Ma'am, I'm not sure how to, like I said, help you.
I thought that was fraud. If you're deliberately trying to charge someone for charges you know are not authentic, was criminal.
We give you the case number. We're going to write up what you told us. Give you the number.
He wanted to help. Why don't you let him help?
Okay. Do you need anything else from me?
He said he wanted to help. I'm in a domestic violence crisis. He has said he hadn't got to it yet. You said you were giving me a ride. Did you change your mind? You did?
So at this point, I'm not sure.
You're not sure how to help?
We'll write up the report for you, okay?
So I can't get a ride to the organization?
We're not a taxi service. All right. How did you get over here?
Why have you guys let me live?
I'm sorry?
I don't understand why I haven't been murdered.
I don't understand your question.
I don't understand why the police haven't murdered me.
That's not what they do.
Well, they don't abide by the law either. So if you can't abide by the law, why are you letting me live? Is it just for torture?
You have a good night, Art.
So you just let me sit in it year after year, ranking up felonies, no accountability period. Place to place to place, the same games and abuse. Just have to take it. Yes, I've spoke to you in the past, and I don't understand why the police department keeps covering for Jason. He never returned my calls. Supposedly, he's moved on with his life and married, but for some reason, the police department keeps covering for him, jeopardizing my safety. I don't know what to do. Are you there? He hung up.